Hello, Dr. Phil Pritting here, chiropractor at Integrative Wellness Group. And on this Facebook Live today, I'm going to be sharing some information and some movement for our brain, for brain health, and also information to help remedy the winter blues. On the East Coast especially, there's 3 months of kind of like doom and gloom, cold weather, not a lot of sun. So I will provide some tips and information and movement to help keep our spirits high, our brain healthy and body healthy, and to remedy those winter blues. So the first tip would to invest in salt lamps. So this is something you can attain for your home. But the salt lamps, not only are they great for lighting, especially at home if we want to wind down, calm our system, turn off the lights or the blue lights, put on salt lamp. It has a nice amber orange glow, which can help calm our nervous system. But they also can emit negative ions, which are charged particles in the air. And these charged particles can be found in nature. If you go to the beach, the ocean, the sand, and the crashing waves emit negative ions. If you go to the mountains in nature with the rock and the stone, that emits negative ions. Running water, so like a waterfall or a river, so sitting at an edge of a river. So innately we know being in these environments because of negative ions. So we can create that environment in our home or in our office using salt lamps, and actually physically touching the salt lamp too, making connection with the salt lamp. Sitting in close contact with the salt lamp can be a very simple way to just help keep our serotonin, our neurotransmitters, our feel-good centers of the brain, chemicals of the brain alive and awake. And they're very nice to read next to, so instead of like a blue light lamp, you can read and sit next to a salt lamp instead as you're lighting. And so sometimes it's difficult to find the sunshine, but if the sun is out and you're able to get outside and get exposed, especially even if it is cold, bundle up a little bit, try to get some sun on your face, or try to find a sheltered area. Oftentimes you can find like the side of a building, and the sun could be shining right on that wall or the side of the building, or a sheltered part of the beach, and just sit in the sun that way, so you can still get some exposure even though we are often just hunkered inside all the time. So a little bit of sun exposure as often as you can. Might have to seek shelter to block yourself from the cold or the wind, but still try to do your best to get some sun in your life. I have used yellow lens glasses in the winter months, or when it's really cloudy and gloomy. I often drive with these. So yeah, just yellow lens glasses. They're not usually the most stylish eyewear, but I found these at I think Home Depot. They're like shot glasses. So yellow lens glasses, when you put them on, it just brightens the environment. The greens, or if there's any greens or browns, they kind of illuminate, and it feels like there's more sun out than there really is. So I often drive with these to help stay alert, and yeah, it just helps brighten the mood, helps brighten the drive. Helpful in snow or rain or really cloudy days where the skies are very gray. Yellow lens glasses are a pretty fun little tool to experiment with, and yeah, great for driving in. Another suggestion to help our body stay healthy. We are often indoors in the winter months, so try to do things inside that can help provide therapy for yourself. So maybe treat yourself to more massage, body work, chiropractic, craniosacral. something where you can receive more, because you are inside, you're not going to be outside as active as much. So take some time for some self-care. Going to saunas. Infrared sauna is a great alternative to, say, getting outside in the warm sunshine. The infrared light penetrates deep into our cells, into the mitochondria. The mitochondria creates energy for our body. So infrared sauna is a great way to help with that. The Korean spas, where there's high temperature saunas, they often use light heating elements with that, where we can stress our body in a healthy way to help produce proteins and rejuvenate our body. And also I love the Russian banya, or Russian style bathhouses, where they have pretty high heat saunas using stone and water, and you can detox, sweat any toxins out, get your heart rate going, get the circulation going. So spa, sauna, massage, treating yourself maybe a little bit more than you are used to is always nice to help yourself feel good in the winter months. And it's also great for our brain-body connection. Another suggestion would be flotation therapy. Flotation therapy is a tank or a chamber that you lay in with a high amount of Epsom salt. So a high amount of magnesium, where you are floating on your back in an enclosed environment. That's the temperature of the space is mimicking the temperature of your body. So it's very relaxing. It helps your brain get into a theta state, which is that deep rest, relaxation, rejuvenating brain wave. And an hour to an hour and a half of flotation can give you some great hours of rest if you're having trouble sleeping, or if you're feeling a little run down. Flotation therapy is, I love it. The magnesium helps get into our body and helps with our nervous system. And oftentimes in the flotation, you can get creative ideas and imagination and visions, which helps our brain. And so, kind of preparing yourself, or having goals for the summertime, or the spring and the summertime. You can take the time in the flotation to unwind and come up with some great ideas for yourself. And also, healing teas and soups are a great choice of food. You can pack a lot of nutrients into a soup, and so one nice bowl of soup can do wonders for the body. And also some organic, high-quality mushrooms would be great to supplement or to add into your foods. So that would be your lion's mane, your turkey tails, your cordyceps, your reishi. So you can either add those to your food, into your soups, or you can supplement them. Some brands that I love, or companies or people that I like to support, are Paul Stamets and Jeff Chilton. So they're kind of like at the forefront, and they've been growing mushrooms and using mushrooms for years, and they have great products. And so those are really, really great immune boosting, nerve health, nervous system health, brain health. So just variety of foods, high potent, high energy foods in the winter months. And warming foods. Essential oils that you can choose to use are lavender and ylang ylang. Those are often very uplifting could be uplifting, but also calming and relaxing to the nervous system. So you can add that to your room with diffusers, or just putting them on your skin, smelling them. So those are some tips that you can apply into everyday life to help keep your brain healthy, and also remedy the depression that we can get in the wintertime. So some exercises that I'd like to share with you to help our brain. The first one, a lot of these are going to be kind of cross crawl, so really working all left and right side, getting back to primitive movement and non-linear movement, so getting into kind of a flow type movement. So the first one is from yoga, called the bird dog. There may be other names, but for today it's bird dog. So you're going to get on all fours here. You're making sure that the core is braced, chin is pulled back away from the floor, and you're going to start with one arm. I'm going to start with the right arm. You're going to take the right arm out in front of you and then bringing the opposite leg, so the left leg, out. And holding, so cross crawl, and you can kind of go across your body, left and right. You can rotate your head left and right here. So just doing a wide variety of movements here to challenge the brain. Bringing that right hand back, left leg back, and then we'll go left and right. Good. Going across the midline, away from the midline, keeping the chin tucked, core braced. Turning the head left and right. Working that brainstem, cerebellum, fine motor movement, balance. Coming back, and then we'll switch. We'll just do a few. You can go a little faster. So cross crawl. And challenge yourself here. See how quickly, you can see how slow you can do it. And this is building nice core strength as well as brainstem, cerebellum activity, fine motor, balanced movement. The next exercise we'll do is kind of from foundation training, a woodpecker style posture here, pose or movement. So you're going to square the hips. We're making sure the hips are square, toes are slightly turned in. And we're going to bring the hands back, hips back. So we're loading tension into the hamstrings and glutes. And then we can do a few cross crawl patterns here. So lifting, rotating. So you can see working left and right side of the brain, left and right side of the body, circular motions, non-linear, working the hips, working the spine, left and right. Kind of get a nice little flow here. Good, and then we'll switch. Again, squaring everything up nice and wide, pulling the hands, hips back, loading in, cross crawl. Going across the body, really working here, getting that flow, getting the blood flow going. Oftentimes with the cold weather, our blood vessels are constricted, so we want to really get that blood flowing. Good, and coming all the way up. Perfect. The next exercise will be some neurological exercises with the eyes. So nothing too complex, but I'm just going to work on eye circles. So we'll start like a clock. We'll start at noon and work our way across the clock. Nice and slow. Spend some time going through each part of the clock. Feel if there's any sore tension or having difficulty locking in on different parts of that circle. Maybe you try to rush through a part of that movement. Try to go as even as you possibly can, and then we'll reverse. So we're working the brainstem cranial nerves here. Important for our brain health. Challenging our body in a different way. And you can try to do maybe 6 one way and 6 the other way. See how you feel after that. The next exercises are from Kundalini Yoga. So this will really help get the blood flow going, kind of keeps your spirits high. So the first one, you're going to bring left hand out, right hand chest, left knee up. Inhale, exhale back, inhale, right leg, right arm, left hand at chest. Inhale, exhale. So you get the idea. Repetitive motions, breathing in as you bring the arm out, exhaling as you bring back to center, and then breathing in as you go to the other side. And as you can see, cross the body, non-linear, rotating limb and different limbs together. Really good to help the blood flow, get things energized. Trying to get out of that stagnant life, which the wintertime can bring sometimes. So trying to get out of that. And the other one's very similar, but we're going to do punching forward. Breathing in as you punch forward. So you can try those two movements, maybe a minute to 3 minutes. Do your best to just try to stay consistent, keep it flowing. And hopefully after that you'll feel just like a little bit of kind of euphoria. That one's designed to, like, if you've got any obstacles in your way, you're kind of breaking through some obstacles. So have fun with it, you know. Movements should be fun, exercise should be fun. Try things that make you feel good, because you're more likely to repeat it and thus create some healthy patterns in your life. So the next exercises are going to be a lot of balance work. So we'll just start flat ground first. So just practicing standing on one leg. You can start here, you can start here, you can do your yoga tree pose. We're just challenging your body to stand on one leg. And then if you got that kind of locked in, you can practice just head rotations. So bringing your head back into the right, and then down into the right. Back to center, down into the left, back into the left, down to center, and back to the right. And repeating that as many times as you like, but 5 to 10 would be cool. And then you switch, try the other leg, see if there's a difference. Sometimes just standing on the one leg is enough, These are things we don't practice unless you have some sort of practice. So maybe developing it, you can do this while brushing your teeth, finding ways you can do this in activities of daily living. So again, standing on the leg, back right, down right, center, down left, back left, and just kind of going in a nice circular motion. Taking your time, staying slow and steady with this type of movement. Try to feel the little imbalances through the whole range of motion, because what you're doing is you're strengthening the neurology. And so it should be challenging. Don't rush through it, because you might be going through certain weaknesses through the whole range of motion. So try to get a smooth, strength, and steady motion through the whole deal. The next one, so you can start on the ground, and then feeling comfortable with that, you can add balance pads of some sort. So there's a blue balance pad, and kind of the same thing. Standing on one leg, working those head range of motion. Up and back, down and back. You can hold in one position if you want to, if you feel like that's kind of a weak spot, and then you can work eyes open, eyes closed. And just challenging yourself a little bit here. And you switch. Standing on that one leg. We'll go back into the left. You can work on eyes closed, eyes open. Eyes closed, eyes open. So that one's a hard one for me. Down. Eyes closed, eyes open. Perfect. So that's maybe the next level. Now we'll go to a more advanced. So you can have something like a Bosu ball, or even if you want to get real creative, you get a Swiss ball and you can stand on that. But just getting used to standing on something that's an uneven surface. That's really good for our cerebellum, brainstem, and you can even practice some of the, Kundalini. Maybe not. So just kind of working, doing some fun balance work here. One leg, head back. So just challenging yourself, trying to do nonlinear movements. Good, swinging around. Perfect. So getting on an uneven surface is a great way. It doesn't have to be very long either. So you got 5-10 minutes in your life. Do some fun balancing work. We often don't practice, and it's a creative way to strengthen your brain, get your spirits up, and get through the winter for springtime, and then you've got all this fun material that you can take with you into the more warm and active months. So when you go outside, you can take these skills with you throughout the year. So I hope this information was very helpful or informative. And if you have any questions, comments, would like to get in touch, you can respond on the Facebook website or this video. You can go to our Integrative Wellness Group website, send an email, Instagram, all the social media outlets. And thank you very much. See you next time.